Hi there, my name is Mark Jonah, and I'm Program Director for the Digital Media Program. I'm here with some of our students that are in the program, and we're actually shooting today in the Digital Media Studio. So you'll see we've got some of our equipment in behind us that the students are able to use. They're able to use this room and to use this equipment in their studies, and so we just thought we'd show you a little bit of that. But we're here to have a conversation with some of the students. So, Jacob, tell us who you are. Where are you from?
I'm Jacob, and I'm from BC.
I'm Manaya, and I'm from Japan.
I'm Jesse, and I'm from Northern Alberta.
And I'm Morgan, and I'm from Saskatchewan.
All right. Well, we've got lots of variety here. Jesse, you've graduated from the program just a short time ago.
Yes, sir.
And just share us maybe a little bit about sorts of things that you learned while you were here.
Yeah, so while in my 2 years of studies here, I learned a lot about photography and filmmaking, and I've used those in my career now. I'm fresh in the career, early in the career, so there's still lots of learning happening, but Prairie set me up really well to just jump right into the professional world, and so I'm enjoying my career that Prairie's offered me so far.
Right. Now, Morgan, you're in your second year, and maybe tell us how are things going in the second year as compared to how maybe you felt in the first year?
Well, in the second year, I think it's going pretty well. In the first year, there was a little bit of entering into the unknown, that kind of feeling.
Sure.
So I guess now getting into the second year, I guess it's like we're getting back into the swing of things now.
Manai, where did your interest in digital media come from?
My interest in digital media came from my interest in photography.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me one thing that you've learned so far that you didn't know before.
So one thing that I learned here is to take pictures of stars and Milky Way.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so one of the things that we give opportunity for our students to do is to go on different kinds of field trips. And so the one you're speaking of, we took everybody to Horseshoe Canyon for sunset and then for pitch blackness so that you can see the stars overhead. It was a clear night, I think. So that was good. Jacob, maybe tell us a little bit about some of the shots that you took that night in Horseshoe Canyon.
That night, well, I was more around one area, and I was just trying to get as much of that one area covered as I could. I got some pretty interesting ones, and I did some light painting as well to just try and get some creative shots.
Okay, so if somebody doesn't know what light painting is, what is it?
Light painting is so you paint with light, shine a flashlight or whatever, and that will show up in the actual image that you take.
Right. So your exposure time is longer.
Yes.
So the camera is open more. Yeah. And if I had a flashlight and did a circle over and over again, you would see what?
You would see the circle.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you can use different colored light.
Yeah, I used red for a lot of them.
Okay. All right. Great. Jesse, I want you to talk to us about the other trip that we take students on out to Abraham Lake.
Yeah, Abraham Lake. One of my favorite experiences from my 2 years studying here. We went to Abraham Lake, the whole first year and second year students. We stayed at a beautiful lodge and had made so many great memories. But the most lasting one for me was when we went down way early in the morning, super early in the morning, went down onto the frozen ice of Abraham Lake, and we did some astrophotography, so stars, just like we were talking prior, and we were trying to capture the Milky Way. No northern lights came up that night, but we did get a really fantastic sunrise, and I think everyone walked away from that experience with really, really fantastic images that everyone was really excited about and proud of.
Right. Now, if I remember correctly, you did a great shot of a mountain as the sun was coming up.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of snow, so it was reflecting the pink or the red of the sunrise.
Yeah.
So that was an that was
love that image. Love that image. Still proud of it. Still proud of it.
yeah, it was really great. Talk to us about the surface of the ice. I mean, it's really thick,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
there's no fear of going through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
So safe.
Yeah. So what else? What else is possible to take a shot of?
Yeah. So going down onto the ice, obviously safety first. We put crampons on our boots. They got these spikes, so we get good grip on the ice. But once you're down onto the ice, Abraham Lake is very unique with this natural phenomenon of having methane gas trapped inside the ice. And so while freezing, these little bubbles of gas pockets form in the ice. And so you can shine your lights down through the ice and see those bubbles. And you can even drill into the ice and release the gas from those bubbles. It's a really, really unique thing. I don't know too many other lakes that have anything like that. And so very cool to see that as well.
Right, because the ice is super clear
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
bubbles are white in color, unless you do some light painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, Jacob, you haven't been there yet, but word to the wise. Yes.
For sure.
So how did the digital media program prepare you to enter into thinking about a profession?
I like to think as experience as being one of the best teachers, and the fact that the professors here are working professionals in their fields, and they have years of experience to pass on to us, but they also take us on trips and little excursions to gain that experience as well. And so having a professional with you while you're on these different experiences, like capturing photos for your portfolio, filming things to show for clients down the road, just having that professional guiding you is a lot easier, so much faster learning than on your own, making those big mistakes in the professional field without anyone to fall back on
Right.
or correct you on. And so coming out of the program with all that experience, and just learning how to have a professional workflow, how to present to clients, and the confidence I had prior to coming to Prairie was nothing in comparison to what I have now, and approaching clients and talking to clients and just connecting with people,
Yeah.
for sure.
Good. Manai, how did you come to find out about Prairie College?
I found Prairie College through my parents, and I was in an international school, and one of the teacher's daughter graduated here. So she said in here I can learn so many things about Bible and about photography as well.
Oh, okay. Cool. Jacob, there's other things that you study here besides digital media. So there's Bible classes and some theology classes. I know you take thinking and writing. What's it like to be a student here at Prairie College?
It's really nice. There's a great community, and yeah, when the course load gets heavy, it's just really nice to have people to fall back on and people to work with in
Okay.
that time.
Yeah. And can you describe a little bit about the community at Prairie? Just, you're living here in dorm, you're going to chapel together, there's lots of different activities to be involved in. What's it like to become part of the community here at Prairie College?
It was really easy, and it was a really quick transition. Like the guys on my floor, we connected instantly, and yeah, we have really good friendships, and yeah, it's just great to be able to hang out with them every day and
Yeah, cool.
to see my friends every day.
Cool. Okay, how about you tell us something that you've learned so far? You're in your first year, only a few months in. Have you
In
learned
digital
anything?
media,
Yeah,
or-
digital media.
Yeah, I learned about long exposure. I never really had any experience with that. It was something that I just kind of knew you could see lights go by, but I didn't know how much you could actually brighten up the image
Okay.
with that.
All right. Cool. Morgan, how about you? How about something that you have learned so far this year? You're in your second year.
Lighting can make all the difference. Like from every little bit of shadow to the look of the overall photograph to what kind of mood you're trying to go for. If you have more control over your lighting, you have more control over the photo as a whole, which is pretty cool, actually, how something so simple can be so instrumental.
Nice. Very nice. Okay, we talk a little bit about in digital media. I know you study about story, and Jesse, how do you think about the concept of when you're shooting an image, either photography or in videography? What role does story play in how you approach?
For sure. Like I said, having professors that are working professionals, they're really great at guiding you to know what's important and what's not, what's really going to have an intimate connection or what's going to just be a bland, conversation piece. And so with me, I love doing wedding photography. I'm a super romantic guy. And so we even, in my classes, in the courses, we talk about story all the time with filmmaking, how to present, how to carry that out, how to have a climax, how to have a follow through, how to end just as well as you started. And with wedding photography, although I'm not filming, just telling that story through the photos. I love to connect with my clients prior to their date and just learn more about them and then learn how to carry that story through their photos. And so, yeah, just understanding that there's always an artistic opportunity in everything. And Prairie really helped me pull that out and learn how to share that properly.
Okay, cool. Very cool. Jacob, what would you say to someone who is thinking about digital media and about the opportunities that you have here at Prairie and about the program? Would you recommend that they show up here?
Definitely. Yeah, I think it's a really cool program, and it's not something that you can do anywhere. There's only some schools that do digital media and stuff like that, and it's a really cool opportunity. It's definitely worth it.
Since you're in your second year, you're thinking about finishing up this year. Any plans ahead of you? How you're thinking about what sort of thing you'd like to do in digital media?
Well, I'm definitely leaning more towards the photography side of the discipline. I'm probably going to try and aim for something with advertising or basically something in photography. Whereas as for the exact locale, gonna have to get back.
All right. Well, yes. Yeah, you probably don't even know that yet. So that's cool. Have you guys done any close-up photography yet?
Yes, I did do food photography. The biggest struggle of that assignment was not eating what I was supposed to photograph, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, because then it would be,
Yeah,
plate photography.
Yeah,
this is a plate.
I would fail
there
that
used
assignment
to be a
very
cupcake
fast.
there. Yeah. So, would you rather photograph live things or inanimate things?
Yeah. There's a large level of satisfaction when you can get a live thing perfectly placed in a very artistic way. I mean, inanimate things, you just move them around. But I think the human eye easily recognizes emotion, and sometimes you don't always get that from like a TV or a piece of food.
All right. So sometimes we hire models so that you have live subjects to photograph. So tell us about that experience, Morgan.
When taking a photo of an expression, it's very easy for that expression to become strained or forced or just generally fake. So, you try to establish a rapport of sorts with the model, talk to them, come back and forth, direct them a little bit, try not to get too micromanaged with it.
Yeah. Yeah. What's that like for you, Manai, in working with people that you need to take photos of?
Well, for me, since I'm an international student, I found it really difficult for me to have a conversation in English, like interesting conversation with them. Yeah, so that was like my one thing that I need to, improve about. But I found it really interesting, and I really love taking pictures of people.
Yeah. Well, your English is fine. And I know you'll get more comfortable with it. That's for sure. Jesse, what about is there the coolest thing that you've ever done in digital media?
Or one of the photographs I was most proud of was we were in advanced photography, a class you do in your second year here, and our professor had one of those Yeti mugs, those really expensive Yeti mugs, and I needed one so badly, and he was like, "We're gonna have like a for fun competition. It's all anonymous, so you go out, take a photo, submit it, and then we're going to have a slideshow of all the photos submitted, and then we'll vote, and then whoever gets the highest vote wins." And so he was just creating this assignment for us to push our imagination and creativity. And so I took a model. I grabbed one of my friends, asked her to model, and we placed her here in the studio, and I had to buy a tarp, and I put a tarp down, and we set up the lights, and I got sweetened condensed milk, and I poured it on her head because we wanted to use paint, but obviously she had very blonde hair and it was very black paint, and we didn't think that was going to go very well. And so sweetened condensed milk.
Did you color the sweetened condensed milk?
No, we just kept it white.
Okay.
We dripped that down, and we just had her do a very peaceful complexion. And then I photographed her with the milk coming down. We put that into black and white and really, really made it pop. And submitted the photo. And then next thing you know, I was drinking out of a Yeti mug, and I was a very happy guy.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you. I still have it. I think about that every time I have it. The saddest part was with me buying all the props and everything. I probably could have just bought myself a Yeti mug.
Yeah, well, that's very cool that you have opportunity to, it doesn't have to be paint to look like paint. So what else can we use
Yeah.
that's not going to wreck anybody?
Yeah.
Wreck her hair. Yeah, sorry, my model had to shave her head because of what I did.
Yeah.
Good.
Exactly.
Thanks, everybody, for sharing a bit of your story here, a bit of your experience. And Jesse, it was great having you here as a student. Morgan, we're going to try to finish you off very well. And for Manai and Jacob, the journey's just beginning. So it's really great. Thanks for your time.